What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Doc Holiday, and we're back with another HBCU Overdrive where HBCUs matter. If you haven't done it by now, please make sure you like the stream, like the show, comment what you like to hear, what you want to see, what you don't want to see, what's the next thing on the table. Also, make sure you share this with your friends and your family and your coworkers and anybody else that's around you. And most of all, subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification bell to get everything HBCU Overdrive. All right. Today, as usual, we're gonna go through these announcements like it's church. As always, I'm going to be still doing interviews as far as that I know. Been kind of slow doing it right now, but I'm looking for more people to do interviews with. Also, the first three games of the season for Texas Southern, I will be at down there at Prairie View for the Labor Day Classic. The next week will be in Denton for UNT, and the third week will be against Southern here at the Lone Star Classic in Arlington. So I will be at all three games. Also, I will be at the Jackson State Campbell game for homecoming. That is October 22nd. November the 5th, I will be at Texas Southern for Jack when they play Jackson State down there. Um, Also, I will be at the in Commerce, Texas for Tennessee State versus Texas A&M Commerce. That is November. I think that is the second week of November. So I will be at pretty much a lot of games this season. If so, whoever want to do that's doing tailgating, even with my frat or anything like that, if you want to invite me to your tailgate, I'll do a live show. I will do a live show from your tailgate. Put everybody out there. Make sure everybody gets seen. Everybody gets known. Shout out to the schools and everything that I'm doing, that I'm seeing and stuff like that, and so forth. So basically, give you that whole HBCU culture when it comes to the tailgating and football with the Greeks, with the bands, with football players, etc. So if you just want, I will put in a link below, not in a link, but I will put in the dates at the bottom of the screen in the description to let you know where I'll be at, and we can get it all, we can get it on popping. Okay, so let's move it on right along now. So we're gonna have news for today. So the main news is basically Jackson State students. If you know how move-in day is, you want to move in, you want to get in your new dorm room, especially when you're a freshman. So you want to move into your dorm, you want to meet your roommates, you want to meet your suite mates, you want to meet all your friends that you made, that you're gonna meet. You want to make new friends from different places and stuff like that. So you know how move-in day is. Move-in day is basically, this is the last time you say, the last time you see your parents, your grandparents, and stuff like that before they make their trek back to their home, back to their respective homes. All right. So thing is, the thing is, Jackson State students cannot move in right now. The reason why they can't move in, there is a water crisis in the city of Jackson. And from what I'm hearing, this is from hearsay, that the school been wanting to get their own water supply for like the last 15, 20 years. Now, if you said 15, 20 years, that goes back to when I was in school. And the last time I was in school, before I went back in '09, there was in 2001. So they've been asking for to do have a plan to have their own water supply. We do have our own water tower and everything. So basically, we want to be self sufficient. But if you know Mississippi politics, you know how it is as far as with a Republican governor being in there with Tate Reeves. He don't want to delve out the money to the city of Jackson. And the funny thing is, the Capitol building is in the city of Jackson. It's downtown. So if I'm a Jackson State student right now. I go downtown. I go to the Capitol building. I will go to the legislature. I go to the Mississippi Senate, and I will protest till my face turn blue to make sure that we get adequate water to our campus so our kids can move on campus without any hesitation, without any hiccups, without any delays or anything like that. The more that you delay, the more that it pushes the envelope towards when classes actually start, and these kids haven't got into their dorm rooms yet. But hopefully there will be a solution um, coming to the end, so where everybody will be where everybody will be happy when, far as making sure we get water for the school and making sure these kids get into their dorm rooms and stuff like that. So, also, I want to report, and this is where I'm coming from my hometown. All right, this is a sad situation that I seen last night involving a Pee Wee football game where a couple of coaches argued a call with the referees. They felt like call wasn't being, how it wasn't being called right. So they argued. They protested. They, as coach, you protest the call and stuff like that. And if the referees say that the call is going to stand, then that's what we have to go with. That's what we have to agree with. The call is understand. They might not be right, but it's all within the respect of the game. All right. So basically, while this coach is pleading the case for his kids, as far as for the call goes, there's a big brawl going on the field with parents and coaches of the team. And within that brawl, you hear 4 gunshots go off. Those 4 gunshots hit one of the coaches for the team, which is the DFW Elite Dogs. They're located out of, I think, if I'm not mistaken, out of Oak Cliff, but they had a game yesterday over in Lancaster. This is hard. Now, this is hard because I don't know the dude per se. I don't know this man per se, but I know what he did as far as in school and on the gridiron. And from what I'm looking at, as far as through his Facebook and stuff like that, through an old friend from my sister, that he was a loving husband and a father. Now, I'm going to kind of go into his background. Michael Hickman, he's from Dallas, Texas, Oak Cliff, born and raised. He went to A. Maceo Smith High School on the south side of Oak Cliff. From there, he graduated, I think, in 98, 99. And he went on to go to UNT, play on a football scholarship. He was a running back. And he helped UNT win their first conference title in over 30 years in 2002. And this is when they was in, if I'm not mistaken, the Sun Belt Conference. But this man was coaching his son's team. And he gets killed. And now his son and his son's teammates had to see that. They had to see that. It's heartbreaking. It is heartbreaking. It is something that I don't condone. I don't wish I don't wish death on nobody. Nobody shouldn't wish death on anybody like that. So the person that they're looking for is Yaka Malik Talib. who is the brother of Akeem Talib. If you don't know who Akeem Talib is, look him up. The man is a Super Bowl champion, uh, NFL veteran, played in the league for 13 years. If y'all know where this man is, y'all need to get in contact with Lancaster PD and let them know what's up, because this man's family don't have the closure yet until they find Mr. Talib. Let me say that again. This man, his family does not have closure yet. Excuse me, y'all. Get my words messed up. Closure yet until they find the man that did this crime. So now what I want to say is to parents and to coaches, remember when you come in and sign your kids up for Pee Wee and Pop Warner football, it's to teach them a life lesson in humility, in dignity, and in sportsmanship. Yesterday, what I saw on video, there was no sportsmanship on the field. There was no dignity on the field. There was no humility on the field. All I saw on this video was a bunch of crazy parents fighting coaches, and then somebody pulls a gun out at a Pee Wee football game. What the hell are we doing? What are we doing? Just tell me, what are we doing? Because that should have never happened right there. Should have never happened right there. Now his son got to see that. He got to relive that every day for the rest of his life. It makes no sense. So I'm telling all these parents, man, if you get offended, oh well, I don't care. Stop living your dreams through your kids on the athletic field. You signed them up to play a sport, to learn about humility, dignity, and sportsmanship. Not to be able to relive something that you didn't do on your own when you was a kid, but you're gonna do it you're gonna go through it with your own kids. That makes no sense. If the kid don't want to play football, don't force him to do it. If he don't want to play basketball, don't force him to do it. Let the kids be kids. They didn't ask for this. All right. And that's my rant for right now. That's my rant for today. But like I said, man, this is a sad day in Dallas. It's a lot of people that's in Oak Cliff that's hurting right now, including me, because he is from the neighborhood, and you will sorely be missed, Michael Hickman, man. Rest in paradise, bro. All right. So let's switch. Let's revert back to why I'm here. All right. Jackson State schedule breakdown. JSU schedule breakdown for football. All right. So what I'm gonna do? Let's go right here. All right. Everybody know what's up. Everybody know how we gonna do this. I'm gonna try to break it down to the best of my ability. Give my analysis on it. If you think there would be something different in this breakdown, please put it in the comment. Okay. All right. So first game up is Florida A&M. Everybody knows about that. The OBC. Last year's contest was a 7-6 affair that was won by Jackson State. Uh, as far as what the weather is supposed to be for that game. Everybody knows it's Florida. It's Miami. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna rain whenever, wherever. All right. So I expect it'll be some rain. Not hopefully not a lot like was last season for last year's contest. And I hope that this is going to be a breakout, coming up party for Travis Hunter. Don't get me wrong, Florida A&M they did retool everything on offense and defense. They lost some on defense. They gained some more back on defense. There was a scare earlier in the year where they talking about Isaiah Lamb was going to enter into the transfer portal. He didn't see anything as far as staying back at Florida A&M, so he came back. So you got Isaiah Lamb, you got Jenna Hunt, you have as on the offense, Rashawn McKay and Jeremy Musa. You also have the plethora of receivers with Zay Smith, John Ray Sharee. I don't know too much on the receivers, but those receivers, you got those receivers right there. And so basically, from what I heard, they have a loaded backfield that is second to none. Hey, I see more points scored than 7-6. I see this game going to Jackson State, 35-21. All right. So next on the list, we got Tennessee State. It's all right, Tennessee State. Last Southern Heritage Classic, okay? Last season's game, that was a 38-16 thrashing by Jackson State. You got to realize, I'm going to tell you like this. Tennessee State, Eddie George had a whole year now to get his recruits in, get transfers in, to build the program the way that he wants to build it. I do not see anything. I don't see this game being a blowout. I see this game being kind of close. I would say about 10 points. To me, this should be able. This game should see if Jackson State are able to run the ball. With the plethora of backs that we had with Sivion Wilkinson transferring in from Delaware State, J.D. Martin coming back, also Tyson Alexander coming back from an injury. You had Santee Marshall that played well last season. Then this should be where the running game should be able to be jumping off. Because I feel like this, as far as Tennessee State with their defensive front, they can get to the quarterback. So Shedeur, I don't know if Shedeur is going to have that much time like he did last season. But Tennessee State always had a good defense. They can get to the quarterback. So I feel like to take that pressure off of Shedeur, you have to run the ball. I should see them at least run for like at least 200 yards as a team, not as for one person, but as a team. To take that pressure off, I see Shedeur passing for like 250 yards with 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. With Tennessee State, they do have a transfer quarterback that came in from Austin Peay. They can rotate him with the last last season starter. They also have Devon Starling as their running back. So, like I said, I see this game being more Jackson State winning by 10. I'm looking at 34-24. So 34-24 Jackson State. Third game on the season. This is Grambling. This is the red out game, the WC Gordon Classic, which was supposed to be. This was supposed to be the game that they play UAPB, but we're not gonna get into that detail right there. We're just gonna keep it straight up with the football schedule. So this game is the WC Gordon Classic. It is a red out. Grambling has done a remarkable job as far as recruiting with Hugh Jackson being named the head coach. So I see Grambling as far as their defense wise. Their defense is always going to be a strong defense. Their defensive front, the front seven is always going to be a factor in the game. But when it comes to the offense, other than running back, other than quarterback, everything else should be clicking. As far as with everything else, receivers should be clicking. The running backs should be clicking. They got a whole stable of running backs now. Transfer from Nebraska to Maurice Washington, Keelan Elder. He's been there for a while. I keep forgetting. I always remember these names, but I forget when I get on the camera. But Grambling has a plethora of running backs that is going to take the pressure off of their quarterback. So now y'all got to understand, this is Hugh Jackson. Hugh Jackson is an NFL guy, so he's not really going to name his starter until probably about maybe a week or two before their first game. So just keep a lookout as far as what you see. I see this game being more of. I think this game would probably be more Jackson State win by 21. I look at the score be 42-21. Hopefully that defense front seven will be able to stop the plethora of running backs that Grambling has. We basically need to. Jackson State basically need to make sure that everybody is clicking on all cylinders for this game, because Grambling is going to be a tough game. But until we see what the Grambling's quarterback going to be, I'm seeing Jackson State win about 21. All right, trap game. Mississippi Valley State. Everybody know how Mississippi Valley. Everybody know how Valley plays Jackson State. Valley plays Jackson State like it's their Super Bowl. All right, but the kicker on this is we're going to be in Jackson this year for this game. So basically, them having the 12th man on the field, which is their field, is not going to be any type of problem for Jackson State, because at the vet, they're known, as far as the receivers are, they're known for, going fast, just like, going fast like a Lamborghini, going fast like a Ferrari. Hey, so I'm looking at this game, and everybody knows that Valley plays Jackson State hard. So I'm looking at this game at least by 14 points. I'm not looking at see how it was from last season, because last season they did scare the crap out of Jackson. They scared the crap out of the Tigers last season with the strong defense and capable timing on throwing, on passing yards, and Caleb Johnson. So if I'm Jackson State, I'm looking at loading that box up to stop Caleb Johnson, because he is their workhorse. He is the main engine that makes Valley offense go. Now, as far as for Valley defense, like their defensive line they are able to get a push on the offensive line, and this is with all teams. So basically, Valley's defensive line makes all of our everybody's offensive line looked like garbage. And I just say it like that. But I'm looking at them winning by 14, so I'm looking at 28-14 Jackson State. So I'm looking at them starting off at least 4-0 and 4-0 in the for the season, 2-0 in the conference. Next game is Alabama State. This game is at Montgomery, Alabama, October the 8th. That is my birthday. So, you know what I'm saying? Y'all watch the game. We get a win. Wish me happy birthday. Send something to the Cash App. You know how we do. Anyway, um, remember, last time Jackson State went to Montgomery, that's when the Hornets pulled out the little picture with Jackson State with Coach Prime. I guess when he was doing his draft day, talking about must be the money. But anyway, and everybody knows what happened at last season. For last season game, that was our homecoming game, and everybody knows that Prime Coach Prime played Get Back and got it back with everything that was on the jumbotron and basically on the field. So Alabama State basically rehauled everything. So they got a new head coach, which is Eddie Robinson Jr. He's no relation to the Eddie Robinson for Grambling. Now, Eddie Robinson was a professional player for the Houston Oilers / Tennessee Titans. So he has NFL experience. He doesn't have coaching experience per se because why? He was a real estate agent. You know what I'm saying? So he basically got the job through a friend, if you know what I mean. But other than that, as far as with the quarterback goes, everybody knows quarterback for Alabama State is going to be Demetrius Davis. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. I don't think he's stupid to name somebody else quarterback. The writing was on the wall for Ryan Nettles. He ended up transferring over to Tuskegee, which is number 30 minutes down the road. So you're looking at basically Alabama State having pretty much bring mostly everybody back. The only person they're missing is big Christian Clark to plug in the middle of the defense. They still got Bubba. They got Urshar Davis back. As far as running backs, they got a new set of running backs that came in for the season. They also have a new set of wide receivers for the season. But I'm looking at this game to be 21-point blowout. 21-point blowout. I'm looking at it, 21-point blowout. 35-14 Jackson State. They're still going 5-0. They're still going strong into the season, 3-0 in conference. All right. Next on the list is Bethune-Cookman. Now, this game was switched over from Daytona, which seats 10,000, over the TIAA field in Jacksonville, which seats 60,000. All right. As far as for us, Jackson State fans, we used to packing out stadiums with 50, 60,000 people. So what is Bethune going to do? I don't know what they're going to do. All I know is they're about to take this L because they have a retread at quarterback, which is Jalen Jones. He was at Jackson State. Then he transferred to Mississippi Delta when he knew the writing was on the wall. That Shador was going to be the quarterback of the future. All right. So, other than that, and other than Kamari Everett, who is Kyle Pitts times 10, I see this game being beating them by at least 21 again. I'm seeing this 42-21. They're going to sneak on us as far as throwing the ball to Kamari because he is their offense. They're going to try to run the ball with Jalen Jones. So I'm Coach Prime. You got notes. You already know how Jalen is as far as the player goes, as far as quarterback. So you just need to come up with a game plan to try to basically minimize what he can do. I say let him beat you with his arm instead of with his legs, because if he uses his legs more, then it's going to be a long day for the defense, and I don't see um, any kind of anything, excuse me, in sight as far as making sure that you can contain him. All right. But like I said, I see them beating about 21, 42, 21. It may be a little bit more. If you want to put it in the comment, tell me what the score is going to be for each game. Hey, I love it because I'm going to interact with y'all as far as y'all being my subscribers and new people coming in, and y'all can interact with me. All right. So this is the homecoming game. Them fighting Camels from Campbell. Now, this school is out of the Big South. This is a North Carolina school right here. Now, the head coach is Mike Mentor. He used to be, he was a former player for the Carolina Panthers. So he has ties to the Carolinas. Um, excuse me. Uh, do not sleep on Campbell's record from what they did last season. Even though they was 3-8, 3-9, if they didn't lose their quarterback in the middle of the season, this will be a different story. Now, this is the game to where everybody try to see if Jackson State can hang with an out of conference opponent from another FCS conference. Okay, so I'm looking at this game, and I think this game is going to be hard fought. I'm I'm willing to see them Shador put on a passing clinic against Campbell, but don't sleep on, like I said, don't sleep on Campbell because Coach Mentor is building a program. Trying to build a juggernaut. He has like the number one FCS recruiting class this year. So he's not being a slouch, and hopefully they're not taking this game, Jackson State not taking this game lightly. So this is a toss-up right here, but I'm going with Jackson State. I'm seeing they'll win by at least 7 on this one. So I'm looking at this 28-21 Jackson State. We win homecoming, we go party and stuff like that, and they could go back to North Carolina crying. All right. Next on the list is Southern. All right. Boombox time. So, Boombox Classic. This will be in Jackson. So everybody know if you're gonna pack out the vet for homecoming with 60,000, you better pack out the vet that following week for the Boombox Classic with another 60,000. All right. So Southern, all right, man. They got them a coach in Dooley they trust. All right, that Eric Dooley comes in from Prairie View A&M, where he was the head coach there for 5 years. Comes in the Southern. He's a Pete Richardson disciple, so he got blue and gold tatted all over him. You know what I'm saying? It's in him. It's inbred in him. He is Louisiana born and bred, so he's trying to build Southern back to be that powerhouse, the one of the blue bloods of the SWAC. Um, that everybody knows. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, he's trying to build a powerhouse. Uh, all I can say is, other than the offense, the defense is hidden. You got, like, again, I keep saying, Jason Dumas coming in from Prairie View, transferring in from Prairie View, anchoring in that defensive line. He's the plug in the middle. You got Gray House on the outside. On one side, you got Jordan Lewis. This man's still there. He is the career active sacks leader in FCS right now. You got him for his last year. They improved their defense. Don't get me wrong. They improved their defense. The only thing about Southern is, do they have a quarterback and can they receivers catch? They do have running backs. The running backs are still nice, but do they have a quarterback and can the receivers catch? And as y'all saw from last season, if you didn't watch Coach Prime, um, you didn't know what you missed. You don't know what you missed right there. That game was a barn burner. They basically went down to the wire. Southern was up 17-14. Southern was up 17-14. Shador drove him down the field. Touchdown pass to Malachi Wideman. And then Southern tried to go for the Hail Mary. Guess who was in the backfield? Headache Gang CEO, Shiloh Sanders with the pick. He sealed the deal for Jackson State to win that game. And everybody knows what happened after that. So now this is a new season, new year. I'm looking at this game to be kind of close because everybody knows this is Dooley. Dooley likes to run his team. They like to run basketball on the grass. So I'm looking at this game to be more of a trap game. And if that's the game you're gonna lose, so be it. But I had Jackson State winning by 3. I see the score to be 24-21 with this game. Because I feel like this is going to be a close game either way. And with all the hype surrounding this whole game right here and making sure that this solidifies Jackson State to go to the SWAC championship. So you have to win this game in order for you to get to the SWAC championship. Even though this game does not count against us in the conference, you still would want to win the game because this is a rival, and this is let you know if Jackson State will be able to go to the SWAC. So the next game on the list, man, we got Texas Southern. Now this is a game I will be at November the 5th down in Houston. Now, this game, I want to see Andrew Body versus Shador Sanders. Dual threat quarterback versus a pocket passer. Last year's offensive player of the year. This year's supposed to be offensive player of the year. You never know. You don't know. You don't know about that, though. But I know about Andrew Body, man. Look, that offense that Texas Southern run is basically built around him. He's able to use his legs and his arms. So let's just say this man would have played a whole season. That record that they had last season would be totally different. Also, remember, Texas Southern played a lot of freshmen and sophomores on the squad last year. And they are a year older and they are a year seasoned. So I'm looking for these sophomores and juniors these freshmen and sophomores from last year that sophomores and juniors now to be capable and formidable in learning how to win, making sure that you play good defense and stuff like that. All right. But get back to it. You have Ladarius Owens. He was one of the lead rushers in the SWAC last season. You had Andrew Body. Yeah, but they have a plethora of receivers and a good offensive line. It's basically the defense for Texas Southern that gets them in trouble. So if I'm Jackson State, I'm attacking everything on the defense. Everybody knows you taking everything on the defense. Keep AB on the sideline. If you keep AB on the sideline, you have a chance to basically run up the score. But if he's on that football field, hey, you in for a dogfight with that. So I'm looking for Jackson State to run the ball, get at least 250 yards rushing on the defense for against Texas Southern. I'm looking for Shador at least pass for like 250, 3 tuds. So I'm looking at this being a 14-point game, 35-21, Jackson State. Still, I'm looking at still undefeated. Hey, we're making that run. They trying to make that run to the SWAC championship game. Alabama A&M. Now this is the Gulf Coast Classic. This is what I would like to call the Pink Scooter game. So everybody knows what happened last season. We go into Huntsville on their homecoming and thrash them by 46. I don't know how this game going to play out this season, but I'm looking at more like a 28-point game. And the only reason why I say that is because they can have an actual quarterback that could throw, that can make all the reads and stuff like that. They still have Gary Quarles, who's I think he was either the second or third leading rusher in the SWAC last year. They have Abdul Fattah Ibrahim on one side. They also have Juice Jenkins in the slot. And last they have I was about to say Hilaire, but he's gone. But their offense is still going to be formidable because of Connell Maynard. Connell Maynard is, he's the linchpin for that, to make that offense go. From what I'm hearing, Alabama A&M scrapped the whole defense and started anew. So, and when I mean they started anew, I think they got a new defensive coordinator. But like I said, new or old, it doesn't matter because I feel like Shador is going to pass for at least 350 on this team with 5 touchdowns, no interceptions. I feel like the run game is going to at least get 150 yards on the ground. We're going to explode on offense. Our defense is going to be hitting on all cylinders. I feel like they're going to put the pressure on Quincy Casey or whoever is going to be the quarterback for Alabama A&M. They're going to put the pressure on these quarterbacks. Jamming the receivers at the line. I'm looking at this game. I said 28-point game blowout. I'm looking at this game to be 42-14. That's another win for Jackson State. We still stay undefeated for the season. We stay undefeated in the conference, and we're making, they're making a march to Atlanta, to the SWAC championship. I'm sorry. So last game of the season is Alcorn, aka the Soul Bowl. Now, we got a clash in personalities. Everybody know how Coach Prime is. He's brash. He's bold. He's in your face. Coach McNair, on the other hand, he quiet. He's stoic. He doesn't let anything rattle him. But Jack State Tigers about to rattle the Braves again this season. More likely, it's not going to be this game. Probably will be close right here because it's a rival game as usual, and Alcorn usually try to play. They play Jackson State hard. So I'm looking at this game being 7 points or less. So I'm predicting the score will be, excuse me, I'm predicting the score to be 24-21 or 24-17. Whoever the quarterback is going to be for Alcorn, that is the only question. They have some holes to fill in as far as for the defense. They have some holes to fill in on offense. They do still have Nico Duffy. They still have CJ Bowler. So basically, they have some formidable players to get them offensive yards. Defense wise, with Cedric Thornton uh, being gone, leaving to go to Grambling as defense coordinator, we don't know how the defense is going to be as far as for Alcorn. Like I said, I'm looking at this more of a running game for Jackson State. I don't see Shador passing for over 300. I'm looking at him pass for about 225, 230 with 2 touchdowns, at least one interception. I'm looking for J.D. Martin try to bust one, at least getting 100 yards. I'm also looking for Sivion Wilkinson to get at least 85, 90 yards on the ground. Santee getting about 50 yards on the ground and probably another 50 yards in the air. Tyson Alexander getting probably about another 50 yards on the ground. So basically, this is going to be a ground and pound game. This is something that will help this offensive line out immensely as far as with the run game goes. So I'm looking at, like I said, I'm looking at this game being 24-17. Jackson State, we go undefeated throughout the whole SWAC, and we go to the SWAC championship game. I wouldn't know who's going to be the representative of the West because I'm looking at a 3-team race as far as Alcorn, Southern, and if you really think about it, we kind of put Texas Southern in the mix only if how they do for the first 3 games and what they do on the back end of the back end of their schedule. So that is it for the breakdown, man. That was fun right there. So I'm gonna do something like that again. So I'm gonna do some more stuff like that. So I'll put it like this. Next tomorrow I'm gonna break down Alcorn schedule. All right. I'm gonna kind of go through, do some homework, look at some players, look at key players, look at key coaches, to where this will be more formidable as far as doing a breakdown, a schedule breakdown. But like I said, I have Jackson State going. I have Jackson State going 11-0, winning the SWAC. I have them winning the SWAC championship game, and I have them going to the Celebration Bowl. Depending on who they play in the Celebration Bowl, I feel we need to. That is the end goal for the football team. So, and as always, what I'm gonna do, we'll do my shout outs. So, like I said, shout out to my wife, shout out to everybody that subscribed to the channel, that is viewing the show, that is commenting on the show, that is interacting and stuff like that. Because I'm going to interact with y'all. I'm just want to make sure that everybody gets that good content. And when it's good, when the content is good and it's coming from a good person, man, it's gonna be great. So shout out to my boy Blue, shout out to Raw Truth Media. I will be doing the show with him on Tuesday at 12 o'clock. Tuesday at noon. Don't know how long the show is gonna be, but I will be on the show with Raw Truth Media, man. Y'all need to catch up with him. Shout out to Ken Clark, Zoe. Hey, the boys from Tiger Talk, man, they did a good show. They had a good live show last night. Hey, you know what I'm saying? You want to add another person up in there? Hit me up. I will gladly join. I don't have no problem joining other people's platforms and stuff like that. That's the main reason why I'm trying to grow the channel and stuff like that to get my face and my name out there. As always, Scotty, aka Off Script, Mr. Campbell, aka the Bishop. Shout out to y'all too, man. Shout out to Jay Gaynor, man, Architect Nice, man. I watch his stuff all the time, bro. It's he be coming up with the craziest reactions and stuff like that. And I'm a rock with him. I rock with him. I rock with Cut Day. I rock with everybody that's even Swag Buzz. I rock with anybody that's doing HBCU content. Coach Walker with Tomorrow Leadership Sports Network. Uh, give a shout out to him. I just rock a Yard Talk HBCU. I rock with everybody. I rock with everybody. If you don't know, if you want to hit me up, you want to know what I'm doing, where I'm at, what any info I'm looking at, hit me up down there on the ticker through my Twitter and through my Instagram. And also, if you feel like you want to donate to the page, just hit the Cash App. You see it down there below on the ticker. Um, it would be I would be grateful if you bless the Cash App, because that would give me the chance to basically grow this whole channel. But again, like I said, if you haven't done anything by now, man, make sure you like this channel, you like the stream, you like the show. Use comment so I can interact with you as far as the subscribers. Comment what you want to see, what you don't want to see, what you want to hear, what you don't want to hear, what should be done next, and stuff like that. Make sure you share it with your people, your friends and family, your coworker, whoever. And most of all, subscribe. The more subscribers, the more likes I get on here, man, that algorithm gonna go up. Cause I do check the algorithm, y'all. Just let y'all know that. But man, I'm gonna do it. Like I said, Tuesday, Raw Truth Media. I will be on there, or he will be on my show. It all depends. Monday, I'm gonna continue with Alcorn schedule. Also with the top 20 HBCU bands. Number 17, which would be Kentucky State. I would get that going on tomorrow night too. It's been a while. Wednesday night, man, is hump day. So we got to go through with the hump day. And basically Wednesday night I will look at Alabama A&M schedule and give you my predictions on that. Thursday, uh, don't have anything in the afternoon, but in evening time, I will be doing Alabama State schedule. And Friday, I will be doing FAMU schedule. All right. So until then, it's your boy Doc Holliday. This is another HBCU Overdrive, where HBCU matters. And as always, peace.